Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you are really well, and in this video we're gonna start a new series called Next.js Prisma ORM. I'm gonna integrate the MongoDB and use SWR in the front-end data fetching and caching tool. So in this project we're gonna use the most famous and most trendy Next.js and Prisma ORM, that is object relational mapper that works on any database system like MySQL, MS SQL, MongoDB, or any database system, whether it is SQL or non-SQL, it works just fine. In this particular video, we just make our backend in the Next.js, because Next.js is a full stack framework. We can make our backend APIs, and also front end we can consume those data as well. So in this part one, we're going to work with the backend setup, and in the second part we're going to work with the client setup, where we're going to fetch all the data, mutate it, add it, delete it, and lots of things, create a relation among different kinds of tables using the Prisma ORM. So this video would be really jam-packed for you, and it would be really an asset for you, so that you can watch it later and understand step by step what we're going to use. And in the front end side, we're going to use SWR to fetch our data, cache validation, and lots of other awesome tech stuff. Okay, so this video is actually focuses on backend, and we're going to step by step work with our main code. So let me show you what we're going to use. We're going to use our Next.js official documentation to install applications, and also the Prisma. As you can see, if you go to the prisma.io, you see it is a next generation Node.js and TypeScript ORM to work with our different kinds of databases. And it has awesome features that you're gonna use, and which you're gonna see in this particular video as well. So let me show you the demo first. So this is a very simple application that I have built to show that how we can manage this thing inside a really nice Prisma and Next.js and MongoDB connected with a simple project, so that you can understand it much better, because a simple project you can understand it better. Okay, normal price, title, image, and category, and a simple button to delete a particular product. Okay, and suppose I want to add one more product, and here you can give any images you like. Suppose this is a test title, and if I just go to price $990.99, this is a float, and category is a smartphone, and I just submit it. Don't worry about the UI. The UI is not that important. What you learn is very important. So as you can see, it is added automatically, and after that it revalidates the cache as well. Okay, so it doesn't reload all the time. Okay, and if you want to delete this portion, you can easily delete it. As you can see, it is completely deleted, and after it deletes, it revalidates the cache, so that I can identify this data is removed from the database. Now we need to refetch all the data again. Okay, so this also works really well in using the use SWR library. So if I show you a code demo here, you will understand it better. As you can see, I have the hooks for all the things, like use add product. I have make a hook so that I can work with it and use it on different pages. I have also used delete product. As you can see, I have gone to this use await fetch particular path with this query parameter of ID which I want to delete, and if it has some error, it will show some error, and then it mutates it. It is very important because it refreshes the data after delete request is complete. Okay, so these are all the client side code. When I show you the client side code, you understand is better. And I also make all the hooks as well. As you can see, all the hooks, so that you can work with it. And as you can see, use SWR. This is the main thing that I want to show you in the client side as well, and make a complete hook so that we can see the best practices possible. So we also make a simple backend API. As you can see, different kinds of for post request, for get request, and for delete, different kinds of things. So these are the things that we're going to learn in this particular video, and as well as the Prisma, how can we make this Prisma ORM and make our product model and connect with our database and generate a client. Okay, and we're going to work with the product.js, which is a helper function that will work with our delete product, and it calls our backend. Okay, so all of the thing would be done really perfectly. You don't need to worry about anything. We're going to handle everything using the Prisma ORM. Okay, so in the first, we need to install our Next.js application. To our Next.js, as you can see, this is the official documentation of Next.js, and make sure you have at least Node.js 14.18.0 or newer. So if you want to check the Node version, you can just check Node-v. As you can see, I have 18.16.0 version. Okay, so make sure you have that, and then you need to add this command npx create next app and latest. Okay, so it will install the latest Next.js for you. So let me work with it. As you can see, install our Next.js. We're going to work with our steps that I have written here, and we're going to work like that. to copy this. So copy this thing and just paste it. Okay, so it will ask you some prompt, whichever format you want, if you want TypeScript or if you want ESLint, all the thing. Okay, so as you can see, it is saying, do you want to proceed? And you say yes. What will be the name of your project? You can give it any project name. Suppose I'm gonna name it full stack Next.js Prisma project. Okay, it is a full stack project, that's why I'm naming it full stack. And it says, would you like to use TypeScript in this project? No, because this is a beginner friendly project and we are already talking about Next.js and use SWR, the server-side rendering, all of the thing. So those things are really complicated for many people, so I don't want to use TypeScript here, which is a different language and a little bit different compared to JavaScript. I just want to make it very simple. And then it says, would you like to use ESLint? I just said no. And then it says, would you like to use Tailwind CSS? Yes, I like to use Tailwind CSS sometimes. And would you like to use source directory? No. And would you like to use experimental app directory? No. And would you like to import aliases like configured? Okay. And if you did all the thing right, it will install React DOM, Next.js, Tailwind CSS, Post CSS, and auto prefixer. So you don't need to worry about anything about the Tailwind CSS. It will just auto add that in your Next.js application. So like in React, you have to add this separately. You need to manage React router DOM separately, but in Next.js application, you don't need to do it separately. It handles everything properly with your own. So it is created. Now you just need to go inside this project, and for that, you just need to copy the project name and cd your project name. And as you can see, now we are inside the full stack Next.js Prisma project, and just write code dash dot. So if you write code dash dat, it will just go inside your VS Code editor, and which is the recommended for this application as well. So as you can see, it has the project structure of a Next.js application, brand new Next.js application. As you can see, we have the tailwind config.js, it is configured properly. And even we have the package.json. As you can see, we have the Next.js, Postgres, Post CSS, React DOM, Tailwind CSS, all of the thing is installed. So this is the start script for development purpose, npm start dev or npm run dev. And if you just write npm run build, it will build this project for the production level. And if you write npm start, it will start this application. Okay, so for the development purpose, you're gonna work with this dev. Okay, and this is the public folder, this is the pages folder where you have the API route folder and lots of other thing. Okay, and on your node module. So what you're gonna do, if you just go to a terminal, and here we're gonna write npm run dev for development purpose. See, if I just run it, and this, if you just open http://localhost 3000, it will just open a Next.js in packages. As you can see, this is the home page. As you can see, this is the home page. So how we are rendering it, if we go to page, as you can see, pages index. So this is the index page. So this is the thing that you are seeing, those icons, images, all the thing, beautiful thing. So this is the thing that we're gonna work on. So before that, I want to install Prisma client. Okay, so let me go to the Prisma, and here in the docs, we need to go to get started, and we need to open this quick start. Okay, so here you need to install it. So if we go to start from scratch, Prisma client, and you have two sections. For relational database, you can use this thing. If for relational database, you will follow these steps, but we're gonna work with the MongoDB, so we need to have different steps. And this should be JavaScript because we are working with JavaScript. So now I need to install our Prisma client. So how can we do that? Install a Prisma client. Install Prisma client. Okay, so in the MongoDB, you will just need to go install Prisma client. As you can see, npm install Prisma client. Just open this, and here you just need to install it. Npm install Prisma client, just like I have written here. Install Prisma client. Okay, now we need to add our env variable .env for our database URL, and here we will add our database URL and this should be the database URL should be MongoDB's compass. Okay, and just need to go to my previous project, and this is the env, and this is the MongoDB database URL. Okay, so I'm using Atlas, so it is an online database system. You can use any localhost system as well, but make sure use MongoDB URL should be like this format. MongoDB database can be different format. Your database URL format is like that, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so you're gonna copy this thing and we need to paste it, and this should be your test username and this should be your password, and this test is your database name definitely, and just save it properly. Then you need to create one more folder inside the root, which is Prisma, and inside the Prisma we need to write schema.prisma. As you can see, we have the extension installed. If you don't get this, make sure you have Prisma extension installed here, this one. Okay, so make sure you install this properly, otherwise you will not see anything. So we need to just go into our creating Prisma client, and here this is the setup that we need for our MongoDB setup. Okay, definitely for MongoDB. It will not work for other database, but if you go to relational database, then it works for MySQL, MS SQL, and lot other. Okay, and PostgreSQL. And this thing would be different for different database. This env variable should be different, and this provider is MongoDB, and it should be different on different purpose. Because I'm using MongoDB, this provider name should be MongoDB. Work just fine. I'm just copying everything from here and just pasting in here. I don't need anything. You can, if you have a street address like street, city, state, and you can add this thing here, but I don't need it at all. And I will not show you the relation between different kinds of model or different kinds of tables inside that, because that would be too much complicated for this initial or beginner purpose project. Okay, so these two lines is very important, which is database or the data source DB, which your provider should be MongoDB, and the URL should be environment variable, and it is coming from our database URL. As you can see, this env variable, it is coming from that place. And our generator is client, and it is provider is equals to Prisma client JS. So you are using another Prisma client so that we can work with Prisma ORM inside a MongoDB database. Okay, so our model name should be post, and it should be product, because we are working on model product. And as you can see, it has given us a simple idea what should be the ID, title, all other things, and we're gonna work with it later. We don't need slide. So first understand what it is. So in MongoDB, it gives us underscore ID for each individual product information, post information, whatever you say. It gives us an ID, underscore ID, which is a unique ID called underscore ID. We need to map it, and it is kind of DB dot object ID, and it is by default it is auto incremented, and it should be mapped as ID. And in the final result, you will not see underscore ID because it will convert underscore ID into a real ID. Okay, and then what you can do, you can add title. Okay, as you can see, it is suggesting me because I have also already installed tab 9, which already helps us to understand it. And title should be a string. Okay, and you can add it unique. If you want to add unique, you can add unique, because if you add email here, if I write correctly email should be unique. So in that case it is needed, but for product title it is not needed. Okay, and if you want to if you want it as optional, then you will just write this, then it will be optional. And then we have the title. Price should be float, and its type should be float, so that we can write $999.99. Okay, so that is very important. And then we have a category, and don't worry about it, we're gonna make a separate category system and link to it, because each category we can have thousands of types of products. Okay, so we need to link it. But in this simple video, this is the beginning project, I will show you very simply what we can do. I forgot it, category should be a string, and here, and you can give it in value, but I just keep it that. And description should be also a string, but it is optional. You don't need to do that. And also I want to add an image field. It should be a string, and you can make sure it's an image. You can add an identifier and make sure it's default. You can give it default value, but I'm not doing it. I'm just keeping it optional. So the title, price, category, these fields are very important. If it is available, suppose if it is available, if you want to add that value, you can add boolean. Okay, so boolean will work just fine. And in the default, you can false. You can put false, because boolean takes only two types of value, which is true or false. If you want to say this is available, or for user, if he is an admin, you can give it by default false. Okay, so it works on different purposes. But for simple product, I don't need more than image, title, price, category, description, and ID. So those fields are really important. And another thing is created at, and make sure it is a date field. It should be date time field. As you can see, it is suggesting me, and by default you can put a default value, and default value should be now, at this moment where I created it. Okay, so you don't need to add this separately. By default it will add the current timestamp that you have added the data, and make sure its type should be date time. So we will work, so we already know about the string, the float, the boolean, and date time, and much more. So this is the awesome ORM that I have used. This is called the Prisma, which is really awesome. It works with different kind of databases, and then we're going to work with the querying the database. Okay, so we're going to learn all of those things, how we can do that. Okay, so as you can see, in the create, we need to have a data, and inside this object property we need to push all of our data here so that we can create it. And we have the option called prisma.user.findMany, include post. It will give you all the users including their post. So this is fantastic. We will learn a lot about it. Okay, so let me work with our project here. So after that, you need to create one more file, which is product.js. So here we'll create all of our CRUD functionality, create, fetch, and delete, mainly three functionalities you're gonna work. So after you do that, you need to run npx prisma generate. Okay, so make sure you write it perfectly, npx prisma generate, so that it takes all the value needed from the environment variable. And also you can now install, you can just work with the Prisma very easily from now on. If you import Prisma client from at Prisma client library, and you just import it and work with it properly. Okay, so everything is set up properly. So every time you change your schema, suppose you change one field here, add one new field, or delete any field, you need to add this line again and again, and this npx prisma generate. So if we go to the product.js, we need to just copy these two lines and paste here, because we need to import Prisma client, and we just have a const Prisma, and it will do all the work just fine. We're going to create a new function, export const create product, and this should be an asynchronous function. Okay, asynchronous arrow function. So if you don't understand arrow function, it would be a little bit problematic, but this is very simple. In the arrow function is not a very complicated thing. If you understand React, it should work just fine. I have made a tons of video on React, Redux, and a lot of other things. You should watch that video if you are really extremely beginner. Okay, so here in the create product function, we're gonna work with our functionality. Here we're gonna pass our title, our price, our category. So this is our required field, and you can, if you want, you can pass image as well. So const product is equals to await prisma dot product dot create. So it gives you a create method. If I go to documentation, and if I just check it properly, as you can see, it gives you an create prisma.user.create. Okay, your model. So prisma.product.create. So it just run npm run dev, and it should run our server. Yes, it's working. And here prisma.product.create, and here you need to pass some data. Here we can pass image and title, price, and category. Okay, so these are the information they need to pass, like image, title, price, category, that would be given by the user from the client side. Okay, so after do that, you need to just return the product that you have just added. So if you write this line of code like await prisma.product.create, it will create the product, it will create a new product information into the database with the data, image, title, price, category given by the user. Okay, so our new product is created successfully. So after you do that, you need to create one more functions, and this is for the create, and this is to get all products. And we don't need any parameters here because we don't need any data, and you can remove this as well, and you can remove everything as well. And here we're gonna get all the products, and we're gonna write prisma.product.find many. Okay, so it will work just fine. I don't know why it is not giving me the suggestions, but if you don't find it, just go to documentations and search it. As you can see, prisma.find many. Okay, and here you can just write order by like you can put multiple parameters, order by title, or order by price, or order by ID, whatever. I will just give order by price in ascending order. You can also put descending order. Okay, so it works for many purposes, and you can put multiple parameters. And here you can order by title, descending. Okay, so you can do this like that, but I will not make it complicated. I'll just keep it very simple for now on. Okay, and we're gonna return all the products, and we can just return products. Simple. Okay, so then what we need to make, we need to make our delete product functionality. So for delete, it's also very simple. Delete product, and delete product definitely takes an ID which you want to delete. Okay, this product, we don't need to do anything. So await prisma.product.delete. So let me go to documentation and find how you can delete it. So if you search Prisma delete, how can you delete a product, and await prisma.user.delete where ID is particularly this ID. So if you don't find it, you can already use it. You can also find prisma.user.find unique value where ID is particular user given, and select ID true, email true, whatever. Okay, so we already get it. How can we delete it? So we need to write prisma.product.delete where ID is equals to ID that is given by the user. Okay, this ID would be given by the user when they click on this button to delete, and this will delete. And also in find many, what you can do a lot of stuff like size. So how many size you want. Like also do skip is equals to true. Okay, so you have a lot of features. Also you can do where title contains user searched title. I want all the products where title contains all the product that user search match. Suppose user query, like query is equal give me all the products named iPhone. Okay, so it will query based on it. whatever your query matches. So you can see you can do thousands of types of work here. Okay, so all the thing is there. You can use all of this stuff in your projects. Okay, so what this handler function where I have created create product, get all the products, and delete product. And depending on the use cases, they might have parameters. Like for create and delete, we need some parameters, and even for update, we might need some parameters. And so mainly we're going to work with this three functionality in this project. And then we need to go to our pages and API. In the hello, we can copy this thing, and we don't need this at all. And in this API, we're going to create a new folder called products. So our API endpoint should be API pages API/products, and in the products we need to create index.js. So if you write it, our API endpoint should be /API/products. Okay, very simple. And you can copy export default. This should be async function handler. This is a simple work. So if you're really interested, if you really know how the Express.js work, Express framework, they also have this request response, all the thing. So in Next.js backend system also, this is called Next.js API routing and API endpoints. You can build similar kind of feature and make your backend very easily here. Okay, so we just do this very simply. So here we make our API backend. So first we're gonna write try and catch. So this is very common, and switch cases, and this should be our request.method. Okay, so request.method, this thing is super important. If it is a post request, then do something. If it is a get request, then do some other thing. Okay, so first we're going to work with our post request, and it will check if the request.method is equals to post, so that you want to add some data. Then we need to get all the data from the client. When it should be image, title, price, category description, and it should become request from body, request.body. We should get all this information from call const new product, and we need to call this helper function from product.js that is inside Prisma. Okay, we need to call. So we need to call await product. As you can see, it is coming from @prisma/product.js, as you can see. So this is the thing that we are importing into the index.js, which is our main API endpoint in the Node.js or the Next.js backend, which is similar to Node.js Express. What you used to do, you get the data from the request.body and you just create the product, and in this product it takes some parameters. As you can see, these are the parameters that we need, and you can pass those informations, and those are similar to what user gives, and based on that you are getting it. And then we can only return response.status of 200. I think it's 201 because you are creating it .json, and here we're gonna pass this new product that we have just created. So what we did here in use cases, if request.method is equals to post, do these kinds of work. So these lines get the data from the user and call create product method, and with this parameter make a simple product object and put it into the database. Because I have added, as you can see, prisma.product.create, it will create a new product with these fields and return out this product and add this product into the database. Okay, simple. And you're gonna return this product, so it will work just fine. Then we need to have another case and just paste it, and this should be get request. And for get request, we don't need to get anything, and it will get all the products, and you just get all products. You just call it, and it will work just fine, and it will hold all the information into this product, and into the JSON you will see all the products, and its response should be 200. Okay, so another response we need, which is delete. These are the request type. One is post for adding data, then get to get all the information or single information, whatever, and then we have the delete. Okay, so these are the things that we need to work on. And for delete, we don't need to return anything like that. we just need ID, and we will get this ID from request.params. You cannot just go request.params because this is not available in Next.js. You should use request.query. From request.query you will get this ID. So like it will go to /API/products and ID. So this is actually the query parameter. This ID should be, suppose, any ID. So this is how you are getting this product ID. So we are getting this product ID. Now we need to delete it. Await delete product, and it is coming from this product, and delete product, and it will go to prisma.product.delete, where ID is equals to this ID given by the user, and user is given this ID. So you need to pass this ID and it would be deleted. And after it is deleted, you will just return some response. It is deleted successfully, suppose 200, and it will say message product deleted successfully. Okay, because you are not getting that ID again because this is deleted. So you can just show user to the in the client side, because in response is actually sending data to the client. It is saying product deleted successfully, and you can show into your client side part as well. So this is very simple stuff. So we have the delete is done, getting all the products from the database, and add this data is done. So I think it will work just fine. So this is our main API routes. If you have a dynamic API routes, it should be API/products/ if we just add this third bracket id.js, then it would be a dynamic route. But at this moment we don't need it. It will be covered in the third part of this video, because this project is actually 3-part video. So I think you will understand it properly if you see all those parts, and the source code would be given in the last part. I'm to check our API and go to Postman. If I go to our Postman, so let's check it if it is working or not. So we need to go to post request, and we need to go to /API/products. As you can see, we need to go to API/products, and for the index page we don't need to go into that file. So this would be the root API/products. Okay, so in the Next.js it works like that, and here you need to, in the body as a JSON format, you need to pass some information. First one is your image, and this should be an string. Awesome iPhone, and it should be price should be $1099.99 because this is the float value. And then we have a category should be smartphone. So these are the information we need to pass. Okay, so if I pass this information from our client side, image title price category, it should work. So if I just send it, so as you can see, it has added this, and the description is null because we didn't add any description, and it has given us this status code of 201. Okay, so it's time to get all the data. Okay, so let me put one more data, which is this is awesome Samsung, and this is $1299.99, and this is smartphone. Okay, so we have 2 information now. So just send it again, and this would be another post request. Nice. And if you want to get this data, it should be again inside this API routes. The route is almost same, as you can see, where all the API are in same file, index.js, and inside API/products. So it should work fine, and make sure it is a GET request now. As you can see, we are also seeing this previous data because I have worked with this before, but we'll just see this last 2 data that I have added just now. As you can see, we have an ID which is formatted. It is not underscore ID now, it is just a simple ID because we mapped it, and image title price, all of the thing is working just fine. Now we need to just check our delete feature. So it should take request.query and we need to pass ID. So how can we pass ID? So let's check it. API/products, and here we need to pass a query parameter ID, and this ID should be this ID. Okay, so let me delete this last information, which is awesome Samsung and its price. This product should be deleted. So ID, and this is the query parameter ID is equals to this ID. Okay, so if I just send it, it shouldn't work because I have to add delete request here, because this is the delete request. As you can see, we need to add delete request. And as you can see, you can also work with the update and pass all of your data for updating. So this is your assignment. You should work with the updating. So let me check it. So it make sure it is deleted and send it. As you can see, it gives a message product deleted successfully, because in delete I have said that after it is deleted, after deleting is done, so I have already said that after deletion is complete, you should give us a message product deleted successfully. So as expected, it worked just fine. So now I want to show you a little bit of tricks. And here, if you just go to product.js, here we have used the main tricks here. If you want to sort the data, you can do it. Order by, you can order by suppose here in second bracket you will write price. You can order by price, and it should be ascending. Okay, it should be ascending. If you just save it and just go and get request on this API /products and get request, and it will do ascending order of the price. As you can see, this is the lowest price, this is the highest price. Okay, this is in ascending order. And if you just write DESC, it should be descending order. If I just send it, then the highest price would be on the top. As you can see, this is the highest price product, and so as you can see, this is the highest price product, and gradually it is the lowest price. So if you want to add a pagination, you can just take only two products information and return only two product information, because we are using find many. It will find many products and it will take only two product information and give us all the response. So if I just send it, as you can see, it is giving us all the two information and the price order. This is the highest price, and then this is the in the price order. As you can see, we said order by price descending, so it would be highest price product, and then it's highest price. This is the second highest price product, and this is the first highest price product, and it maintains the chronological order of the descending order of the price, and also it is giving us only two products information. If you just write 3 and save it and just run it again, it will give you 3 products information. As you can see, it is giving us 3 products information. Very simple. And you can also skip as well. When you understand the documentations and read a lot of documentation, you will understand this very simply. All the thing is there. You just read documentation, which is the best place to learn. Sorry, it should be where title contains iPhone. If you write where title, this is your main data property title that contains iPhone. If you just want to see all the products regarding iPhone title, as you can see, all the product with the title iPhone similar to iPhone would be given. Okay, and also it maintains the price order as well. So it works very, very awesomely. If you do it properly and practice with your own, it will be really mastering it. Okay, so I already showed you all the things that you can do here. So I hope you will get a very good idea how you can work with the this ORM, this awesome Prisma ORM, with the Next.js application, with the MongoDB as well, and all the database as well. I think you will understand amazingly all the thing and beautifully. So till then, take care, bye bye. I'll see you in the next video with awesome and more beautiful client-side work, how you can work magically with the client side with the Next.js and the highest quality performance way with the hooks and many other things.